Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday. Of course, let's head down to our friends over in Gippsland. Of course, it is great to have this netballer on the show. Of course, fortunately for the Stars, on the other hand, their season is over. Of course, their final game was last night at the State Netball Centre. Of course, we've got a very special guest on the show. Of course, her name is Sally. She joins us right now from the Gippsland Stars. Thanks, Sally, for joining us.
Hi, no worries. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Well, obviously the season's come to an end last night. Tell us a bit about last night's game in particular.
Yes, I had a last game. It was a tough one. We were playing MU, Melbourne Uni Lightning. We were hoping to get a win because that would have taken us off the bottom of the ladder and put us into 10th, which would have been a really good way to finish the season. But it was proved to be a very tough game. We couldn't get across the line, unfortunately, but that's okay. It was still, we still got lots of positives out of it, and we all pushed really hard and tried really hard right till the end, so that was nice. But yeah, a bit disappointing way to finish.
It's been a pretty tough season in the first season for Chan for the Gippsland Stars. How did you see the season? Because obviously there was a lot of positives that came out of the season, even though the team got ravaged with injuries as well,
Yeah.
including your captain that went out pretty early in the year. How did you see the year?
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of tough times. As you said, our captain Daisy Hill did her knee pretty early on, and she was really integral part of the team. One of our shooters, and then our other one of our other main shooters, our coach Stacey, she is pregnant, which is obviously very exciting. But meant that she had to stop playing as well, so we lost two of our key players, both in the same area of the court. So that was really tough. And then yeah, we had a few kind of ongoing injuries. One of our defenders, Akela Peterson, hurt herself for a while, so she was out for a while. So yeah, it was definitely tough, but it gave a lot of really good opportunities for like our training partners and some of the other girls who weren't getting as much court time to really step up and take those spots. So that was awesome to see them do that, and they did really well. And it was just, yeah, so that was really nice to see that. And yeah, we started really strong. As you mentioned, we had a couple wins, and we started with a draw against Blaze, which was awesome. Because I don't think anyone really knew what we were going to be like. We didn't really know. We didn't have really any expectations of how our season was going to go. So it was really nice to start strong. And yeah, although we had all the tough times and injuries, it did give good opportunities, and it was a big learning year for us. It was our first season in champ. There's a lot to learn of how to manage a team, how to be a leader, what we can expect moving into the next year. But yeah, it was still really fun, and it was really great to meet all the girls, and we all became really good friends. So yeah, overall it was a fun year.
You did mention about the couple of wins. You've had the team finished with two wins in the draw, including, as you said, round one
Yeah.
win against the Blaze, who obviously end up making the finals this year in the new top six. Does that prove that, netball down in Gippsland, which I love the most down in Gippsland, that it's going really strong, and especially that you can compete against the best?
Yeah, definitely. I think like it shows our potential for sure. Um, and that we have a lot more to give, a lot more to grow. We've got a lot of talent in Gippsland. Um, so hopefully, us showing our potential, we can bring more people in and build more hype and yeah, more expectations around the club and get people excited. And yeah, it definitely shows that we have a lot of potential.
Mentioned about, the considering you had to bring a couple of the 23s up and obviously training partners into the team due to obviously the injuries and that. And obviously you were captain for predominantly most of the year because, as you said, Daisy was out injured. What did you learn for yourself as standing captain for most of the year?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so Daisy, yeah, obviously started as captain, I was vice, and then as she was out, I mean, she still remained around the club. She was awesome, despite obviously it's very hard when you are injured and you're seeing everyone going out and playing and you wish you were there too. But yeah, so it became a real collaborative effort with me and Daisy. Um, yeah, I definitely learned a lot about what I expect from a leader and what I want to give to the girls. Um, there was a lot of moving pieces with, yeah, the girls coming up from 23s and having that opportunity, which was amazing, and new players coming into the team. So it was a lot of just making sure that everybody was, feeling good and feeling that they were heard and they knew what to expect each week. And yeah, just sort of managing things like in a new club as a new leader. It was a lot to all take in all at once, but yeah, it was a really good learning experience. I definitely learned a lot.
Now, I've got to talk about the start of the season
Yep.
because you had a bit of a trend where you had draw, loss, win, loss, and then a win.
Yeah.
And then obviously we won't talk about the rest of it after that. Tell us how remarkable was the first 5 games of the season where you picked up some really good scalps on the way, including Geelong in round 3, and obviously a very special home game which you won against Waves in round 5. It was about the first 5 weeks.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. That was a great time for us. We weren't expecting, like, I knew obviously we had a good team and we had really good players, but we just didn't really know what to expect. So coming in and starting that strong, it was like, whoa, like we're really doing it here. We're doing so well. It was so much fun. And then I think obviously that made it a little bit more difficult then for the rest of the season because we knew what we could do,
Mm.
and not quite being able to meet it again was difficult. But we still had good hitouts like Geelong last week we only lost by 2, I think.
Correct.
Um, so that was good to show that, we're still sort of there. But yeah, those first 5 weeks are so good. And the home game was amazing. I can't wait to have another one of those next year.
The previous year, when the 23s were in the comp, obviously your home game was at Traralgon in the Gippsland Indoor Sports Stadium. But this year, you were playing at Warragul,
Mm.
which I'm assuming is quite a little bit further away from where you are based out there. But how special to play on the brand spanking new court at Warragul?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Well, I'm actually based in Melbourne now, so it's actually
Oh,
closer to me, which is good. Yeah, originally from Bairnsdale, which would have been further. So yeah, it was a bit further for our Bairnsdale girls, but no, it's been so good. That's where we train as well. So it's really nice to obviously be a Gippsland team, be based down there for our trainings, and then having a game there was awesome because then people from all of our local clubs could come and watch, and it's not nearly as far as going all the way to Melbourne on a Wednesday, which is pretty difficult. So yeah, it was so good. It's great facilities there. It was a lot of fun. Lots of people there, and everyone knew everyone. So that was so nice.
you mentioned that you're based here in Melbourne. Obviously, you still play down Bairnsdale, don't you?
Yeah.
And also you train in Warragul for the Stars. I guess how do you juggle, obviously based in Melbourne, have to travel to Bairnsdale, and then
Yeah.
obviously for your Saturday football netball, and obviously training. Obviously now you don't have to worry about training
Yeah.
down at Warragul.
Yeah, it's a lot. Definitely a lot. I am very lucky that my housemate, actually, Alison Dwyer, who also plays for the Stars and also plays for Bairnsdale. So we carpool, we travel down everywhere together. So that's been really good. Um, but yeah, it is a lot with work, having to leave early to get to trainings, or um, my whole Saturday is just driving pretty much. But it's definitely worth it because it's just so fun, and I love playing the Bairnsdale. And Paris Dunkley and Anna Mooney, Bairnsdale girls play in Stars, so they have to kind of do the opposite. I go down for Bairnsdale games, but then they have to come up for Stars games on Wednesday. So we're all just kind of driving all over the place. But yeah, it's a lot, but it's definitely, you just kind of get used to it and you just don't really think about it anymore almost.
So you mentioned about obviously your housemate, in Alison, who's also a Bairnsdale player as well, and mentioned about Paris and Anna as well. How special is to have four Bairnsdale girls on the same team in your club level, but also at the VNL level?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so nice to see, like, it's just so awesome to have Bairnsdale girls, and especially when one game Anna Mooney played up in champ because Anna and Paris are in the 23s. And so we had three Bairnsdale girls all on the court in champ together, and so that was just awesome. It's so nice to be able to represent Bairnsdale. And like last night, for example, we had our coach come and watch our games. Our Bairnsdale coach come and watch our games, and our one of our previous coaches from Bairnsdale was there too. So yeah, it's really nice, and it's so fun to see those girls develop more, and you can see it on Saturday. And our connections are strong, and yeah, it pays off. It's really nice.
Me following your Gippsland competition as well. Obviously, by the sounds of this is actually translating really well to your A grade results so far this year. Obviously, still in the finals position at the moment, or close to the finals position. How's it translated from being in the VNL environment to your football netball environment?
Yeah, it's really elevated. I think the club and our standard has gone up a lot. Like I feel like we're bringing up the younger girls as well with us, which is nice. And we can see them improve every week. It's definitely for me personally, because I defend in VNL, but I often shoot in for Bairnsdale. So that is kind of a little bit funny because I don't really get to translate those skills as much, but I still get to keep those connections with Anna and Paris and Alison when we're both defending in a circle together. That's awesome because we get to then do it twice a week, or we train together and then we play together. And yeah,
Just mentioned about that. Obviously, you defend in the VNL, you play attack in for Bairnsdale. Now, I'm sure one of your other teammates who are also at the Stars, but obviously playing for one of your rivals in Moe, in Ramea,
yeah,
plays very similar way, plays in defense and then goes to shooter
yeah.
for her club team. I guess, do you two have that close bond in regarding to understanding how difficult it is to go from defense in VNL to attack at your respective clubs?
Yeah, definitely. Ramea she's amazing at it. She can just flip like that. I think I haven't had to ever go attack in for VNL, which I'm so thankful for because that would be so difficult. Like I think I'm comfortable doing it at Bairnsdale, but there's no way I would want to shoot at champ. But Ramea just does it seamlessly. She's awesome because she started, defending for us, but then obviously with our injuries, we we had a bit of a hole because we were only down three shooters. And so Ramea kind of moved still between a bit, but then by the end of the season, she was just pretty much shooting. And she just kills it. So it's awesome to see.
I'm assuming it's easy to play with her than against her, with obviously her Maui team doing so well.
Definitely. Yeah, it's much nicer to have her on my team.
Have you tried to convince her to play down in Bairnsdale?
Oh, I don't think there's anyone on the Champ Stars team that I haven't tried to convince to come to Bairnsdale.
Oh, love it. Let's talk a bit about your netball journey. Where did the love of netball start? And what does it mean to you now?
It started. Well, I started in, as most girls do, I think, in Net Set Go. Um, when I was young, and then I started playing at band stuff. Pretty much, I think I did a few years in for rep band style, and then worked my way up with like the state titles, regional state league, Gippsland Academy. And then when I moved down to Melbourne for uni, I started playing at Hawks VNL team, and that was amazing. I loved my time at Hawks. Made some really good friends that I still have today. Um, and yeah, I played there for quite a few years, and then I took a break, went traveling, and then had another year off, and then Gippsland um, started up, which was just perfect timing because I was looking to come back into netball, and it just all worked out so well. And yeah, I just love the sport. It's just so fun. It's so nice to build the connections, and now being able to represent Gippsland on the VNL level, it really means a lot, and I'm very proud to be able to play in this team and to lead this team. It's been a really special experience for me.
I'm glad you mentioned about your Hawks side of things as well. So, how difficult was it to play against them this year?
it was it was a lot of fun, actually. It was obviously a bit, you see all the girls and you're like, oh, I miss you guys, like I miss playing with them. And but no, they're all so nice, and like it was so fun to hit it out. We only got to play them once for our fixture. We just didn't play them twice, but it was good. It was a lot of fun, even though we lost.
You actually mentioned it two questions ago that to come back and represent Gippsland at VNL level meant so much to you, and obviously that's something that won't be taken away from you, especially being not just like one of the 12 or 15 players that's played in champ for the first time in Gippsland Stars in champ, but also being the vice captain slash captain, because obviously was, as we mentioned, Daisy was injured for most of it. um what does that mean to you to be technically the first ever vice captain slash captain in Gippsland Stars in champ?
Yeah, it means a lot. I was very honored when I got um, told that I was going to be vice captain. Um, and yeah, it's just so nice to be able to represent our region and do it with such pride and with such a great group of girls behind me. Most of them Gippsland based, um, girls I've known that I've played against for years, and now I've been able to join a team with them and become friends with them, and just show all the Melbourne girls and what we've got to offer. Yeah, it's been a really special experience.
I know this year you were named three times as player of the match for Gippsland Stars throughout the year. Um, which one of those three games that you won player of the match that you enjoyed playing the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can remember which ones I got it for. Um, I think probably I can't remember. Oh, we were because for most of the start of the season, I was playing in wing defense, which was sort of a new position for me. I'd mainly been a circle defender before that, and then we had our injuries and things moving around a lot and stuff. And then I think I played. Um, I think one of my first games where I played in goal defense, I got player of the match. I can't remember who it was against, but that really meant a lot to me, I think, because I hadn't played in champ level in circle defense for a long time. So it was that I think meant a lot to me and gave me a lot of confidence to for the rest of the season.
uh, Talk a bit about what's next for you now.
I think just keep on doing. We've got Bairnsdale, obviously the rest of that Gippsland League season. So hopefully you'll see us in finals, which would be really exciting. And then for Gippsland Stars, just hopefully I'll be back again next year. With I think a really positive attitude after this season that we have a lot of potential, we have a lot of talent that we want to keep building. We want to keep building our connections and hopefully just have a little break, come back refreshed, and see what we can do next year.
I know. I think maybe it's the 23s or your team. I can't remember that. Your coaching staff are also from Bairnsdale. Am I correct?
In the 23s, Joe Ballinger.
How special is that?
Yeah, it's great. She's been coaching at Bairnsdale for when did she start? Not for ages, but recently, and it's been really nice to then have her across both teams and kind of see all of the effort that it all takes, and it really gives you a good perspective of the different teams in the league as well. Like we know then, you get some insight for who's playing in which team, and it's been nice to have her around and have all the coaches from all of the different teams, like Stacey, our coach from Druin, Romeo from Moe, Pato from Morwell. It's nice, and you get to know more people through them as well, which is really good.
So we'll finish with a couple light-hearted questions about your teammates there at Gippsland Stars, which is who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dance on the team?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. Comedian, I'd have to say SSS15THYR. She is hilarious.
Yes.
She makes everybody laugh.
Yes, I agree with this.
Yeah, she's awesome. Best singer and dancer, that is a tough one. I feel like Katie Phone has some secret talents. We see it a little bit. She was playing the music the other night while we were warming up. And I just feel like if we just need to unleash her, and I reckon she'd have some good moves. You know what? Akayla actually the other night offered we didn't have music, so she offered to sing for us.
Yes, I do know this.
Yeah. So I think I'll put her down for that.
Yes, I'm fully aware of her talents with the singing. Do you have a pre-game superstition, ritual, or routine?
I before every game, whether I'm shooting or defending, I have to get one goal in the warm-up. That's my one. And it has to be a good one. It has to be a swish. So sometimes it takes me a few attempts, but then once I get that, I'm relaxed.
Okay. Even though you played defense?
Yeah.
Oh. Does the team have a pre-game hype song throughout the season? I know he's got some pretty good bangers on that playlist because I have score benched a couple of your games this year. So
yeah,
know this for fact.
Yeah, we've got some good ones. I would actually say for Bairnsdale, our playlist is pretty good. We've got Love Shack.
Yes.
That's our like jam. We put that on right as our last song, right before we warm up. That became a tradition last year, and we've kept it this year, and I think it's a good one.
And for the Stars?
Stars, we honestly didn't have that much. I feel like we only kind of recently started playing a bit of music because it depends what court you're on, whether you can sort of play while you warm up. But Katie actually played a Rihanna song last night, and it was good. I can't remember what it was now, but it was good. It got everyone in the vibe. Everyone was getting excited.
You gotta love Rihanna.
Yeah.
Who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it?
I feel like it was probably me. I fall over probably every game. I got the other week when we were playing Blaze. I was in the circle and one of the shooters was falling out of court.
Oh,
And as
yeah,
she was
I
falling
do
out,
know
she,
this. Yeah, I
she
do know
flicked
this
the
one.
ball back and straight in the face. Big Falcon. That was pretty embarrassing. But I was okay.
I was actually score benching that game, so I actually do
Oh,
remember that one. So,
yeah, that was a good one.
and then the last two I have to ask is describe the team in a couple words.
Persistent, passionate, and proud.
And then the final one, obviously, you have an amazing player sponsor in Kennedy's Trailers, who's actually obviously sponsoring Paris as well,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple of your other teammates as well. How important has they been?
Yeah, they've been amazing. So yeah, they sponsor myself, Paris, Anna Mooney, and Alison Dwyer. Our coach from Bairnsdale works. That's their family company, and so they sponsored us all, which was amazing. It means a lot to us, and it just shows the community how important the community is in Gippsland at Bairnsdale, and how that translates to seeing our success in the VNL. So that was it was really special for all of us, and it really meant a lot.
Okay, so I've got to finish this the second part of the question now.
Oh
They
yeah,
mentioned
sorry.
that all four of you were obviously sponsored by them. Have you done any promo advertising stuff for them?
Well, you should check out their social media. Paris runs their social media. So check that out and give it some likes, because I'm sure she'll really appreciate that.
All right. Well, there you go. We just gave him a free plug as well.
Yeah.
um, but Sally, thank you so much for getting up some time to join us. It's
No
awesome to have you on
worries.
the show. Obviously, I want to wish now your Bairnsdale team all the best. Obviously, you're a bit of a at the moment you're in a bit of a log jam for the fourth position at the moment in the
Mm.
Gippsland League competition. Obviously, a crucial game this week against Warragul in the Indigenous round at home, and let's hope you can knock out the second place Warragul team and hopefully make your way into the finals a bit later on in the year.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Sally Diller joins us from the Gippsland Stars, of course, with their VNL season finishing. But obviously, you can still head down to get some best competition, in my opinion. Of course, you get to see Bairnsdale take on Warragul at home in Bairnsdale this Saturday for the Indigenous round. There's more on this after this. Don't go away here on the 15th year celebration.